Hello, hello. If you would like to take a quick look of my last B6 Stalogy and my new setup starting today, then stay tuned. All right, guys, so this is it. This is the final day for me, or yesterday was the final day for me in my burnt pink Spek Ostrich X. So this is her, and you guys have seen her. I've been using this for quite a while. I'm not quite sure if it's a year yet. It may be. I've just lost track of time. And especially with this year, like who even knows what year it is anymore, right? So this beauty was a standard rings, and I have prior videos talking about all of this, so you guys can check those out. But this is what I have been using for my Stalogy. Now, let's move this girl aside and we'll get into this. So I've already taken out all of the pretties, and it's a bit depressing, I won't lie. I was going to take the book out and just kind of clean the cover and put it away, but I did sort of change my mind because this leather back here, if it is actually leather, I'm not sure. This stuff is very sensitive, and if you don't keep a book in it or you don't keep something in it, it can get sort of like pinched a little bit, and that pinching can make like a crease on the front of your cover. So I've decided to keep the book in this and just kind of keep it stuffed a little bit just so that it keeps its form, because I don't want to run into any issues where that like super soft leather might pinch or something like that and sort of malform my cover itself, because I am keeping this. I'm not selling it. I just decided to kind of give it a little bit of a break. I needed a change, and as much as I love it, and I still have to say it's like right up there still with my favorite as far as color wise goes, because it's such a neutral color. Now, I will tell you, I photographed this girl many times, and I've shown videos of it many times, and I'm pretty sure that every single time I do, the color looks a little different. Some of that is patina, and some of it is just the cover looking different in different lighting. So anywho, so just kind of going through it a little, and I will zoom y'all in, maybe not that much. There we go. So I had talked about this before. When I very first started the Stalogy, not really sure. I think I really was just going to use it as like a brain dump. So, you know, you will kind of just see some like random notes and, you know, different ideas and stuff like that I started putting in here. And then it sort of did end up morphing into more of a bujo. So like this is literally just like the first time that I was like, oh, let's put a little reference in here. And then during this time I was all in with my Hobonichi Weeks, and I still use this, but I only use it as an on-the-go planner now. So I take it with me with like all of the essential cards that I need, and then I just use it for appointments. So it is literally just an on-the-go planner. I don't even hardly use the actual like weeks. Sometimes I'll kind of like jot some stuff down, but barely. Like you can't even, I don't even know whether like here you know, I have some stuff jotted down, but barely at all. So for the most part, I'm just using the monthly for planning, and then I'm using note pages in the back. So that's pretty much it, but it goes with me to my doctor's appointments and stuff, and it's a good on-the-go planner. So that's all I'm using it for. But getting back to this, you know, I started just like list making, and I have kind of gone through this before and, you know, shown like the morphing of where I went with all of it. But you can see that when I was really starting to think about One Book July last year, I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. And then it really did just turn into a full bujo for me. So fast forward towards the end here, and you will see my last month. So many plans. And sometimes I skip pages, and y'all, those of you that use like regular books or bujos, do you do this? Do you, I mean, they like stick together miraculously so perfectly, and then you plan a week, and then you're just like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, that happens all the time. So, and then, you know, sometimes I will just do like a random page in here. And this one here was me deciding that I'm having real issues with, well, okay, so this one's empty, and I really need to pull it apart to clean it. But these two are pretty easy to see as far as, okay, this one's pink and this one's purple. But if I really wanted to know what pink this was and what purple this was, I would have no idea because I never wrote it down. So what I decided to do is the colors that I have been re-inking, I have not many, but I have like a few scraggler pages here in this book. And so I'm gonna fill these up, and then I'll just fill these few pages up here, these few pages with that. And I'll just kind of keep this book for that for now. So I did do that. Obviously, you know, I have planning in here, and then I had started doing like tracking my new plants that I, because I'm a plant killer. I'm just gonna come out here and confess it right now. I like to kill plants. I do a good job, like I should say my family does a good job, but yeah, my family does a good job with like outdoor plants, but I'm really good at killing indoor plants and plants that sit on my porch. The heart is there, but yeah, I don't do very good. So anyway, I started keeping just sort of like a log type thing for my plants, and then I pulled the stuff out because it was just sort of tipped in and dedicated its own little space for it. So, and then this was sort of my brain dump when I was doing my video for what I want in my new Stalogy, and I sort of used this, and then I backed up with this, and so I kind of like went down through and made the decisions on what was going to make it into here, and then what was actually going to go into my wellness ring bound planner. You can see those chunky rings. Yeah, so, and then this was just like samples and stuff. And then, you know, the back I have some different things. And so there were some things that I decided to go ahead and keep in my current book, and then some things I decided I really didn't need in there anymore. And so, without further ado, let's look at this. Okay, now I gotta zoom out. Okay, so Gillio, and this is a, ooh, that pen actually looks good with that. This is the Rosa B6 Apunto, and y'all have seen my videos of me painstakingly setting this thing up, and I'm sorry, I apologize ahead of time for how long those were. I just was doing my best to just really show you how I did it, and yeah, it just ended up being really long. So the little pen thing that I have here, and this isn't a pocket because I was figuring out that I wasn't really utilizing a pocket that was there, so I decided to only make it so that I could get my pen and pen loop in there. These are really pretty die cuts from Lauren Phelps. This is a random sticky note from Amazon. I have some functional stickers. I'm not sure who these are from. These are from Planner Kate. So I just like, because they're so small and they fit right with my washi card. So there is a washi card behind there as well. And then some stamps. So I'll leave that like that. Then I found this at Walmart and I am loving it. Okay, so they make these little sets. They're stencil kits. They come with this little folder and then they come with stencils. Now I purchased 2 of them because when you look on the back page, it sort of like gives you a picture of the stencils that are in there. And the stencils I wanted were in 2 different packets and not all in one. So I bought 2 and consolidated the ones I knew I would use to here, and just look how small they are, and they just fit perfectly in that pocket. So this is just a basic letter one. This is one for the month with the numbers. Love it. And then this is one with the full days and then the little half days, which I adore. So that it just works really well for, when you're doing your bujo, you can put that in there and they're not like super huge. So I like that. And then these ones I thought were cute as well. These are just some, my brain's not working. There we go. Weather stickers, and then some different boxes, and then just another alphabet. So I just thought they were adorable, and those were the ones that I decided to keep because there's no point in having ones in here that I'm not going to use. For me, functional planning is important. Yes, I like some of the cuteness that is involved with it, but it has to be functional or I won't do it. So that's just that. Okay, so I had decided to go ahead and not put my front cover in here, and so I sort of decorated this up, and for the most part this is kind of when I say everyday carry, I'm going to refer to this very frequently, but it's not going to be something that I'm hauling with me everywhere I'm going. That will be my Hobonichi weeks because it's small, and it's pretty compact and it's just easier. So this is, one that is sort of staying at home, and that's that. Okay. So I did this is a Lauren Phelps, like washi card, and then more washi with introvert because I am this is another Lauren Phelps die cut. This one was from the Planner Society with some of her washies, and this is Planner Society as well as this and the paper. And another Lauren Phelps die cut. Then you guys saw me make these, or at least you saw me make one of them or parts of one of them. So that's that, and I just love this. This just brings me so much joy having my hubby and then my family. And then, of course, having scripture brings me a lot of joy. Then I have my birthdays. And as you can see, I did washi tape the sides for the most important things. And as I go through the book, I'm going to do the same thing. So if there is a page that I really do need to make sure I can reference, I'm going to washi tape the sides so that it's easy for me to see inside of this book. So, and then my family, and this is going to be a gratitude log on both sides. And then go ahead and starting the month, and look at this, guys. I have a life. Ah! As things start opening, obviously, you know, we're still being safe with, you know, some of the social distancing stuff. My Bible study is still, it's tough. We are meeting at the church, but we're probably sitting like 10 feet apart. And of course, like households of women, like my daughter and I are sitting together, but, you know, you do what you got to do. So, and then, you know, we're finally starting to have dinners here and there. So I'm excited about that. You know, we're limiting it some to start, and we're just kind of getting into it gradually. But yes, so, you know, you guys have really seen me show you what works for me, and this is basically it. I did decide to play with vertical versus, I don't know if I'd really call this horizontal, but whatever. I decided to sort of play with this again and just see what I thought. So I did it for a couple of weeks. So we'll see what happens. But there you go. That's what I have for that so far. And then in the back, you can see I have my few tabs. So I have shops, purchases, and car maintenance. And you saw me put these in as well. So these were the ones that came with because I thought they were the most important. And then a little tab in the back. And this is actually my if found address one. And a bunch of stickers here in the front. And that is it. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask, and I will be more than glad to answer. Like and subscribe and all that jazz, and I'll see you next time.